Hey guys, what's going on? So time has passed and this car certainly has come a long way, and we're basically just buttoning up now. So time to do an update because it's been too long. Today is July 6th, so I might end up posting this video hopefully less than a couple days after I make it. But we're basically ready. We got it to do the paint job and a couple other just very small things, but this Lumina I think is ready to rock, man. Got the door plate on, obviously. Got my other Derby tires on here now. They are 16-inch rims. Yeah, some people are gonna say that's a mistake to put 16-inch, but it is what it is. That's what I got, so that's what I'm gonna run. I'm too cheap to get 15s, and also they don't clear the brakes, so I don't believe on these Luminas that the 15-inch rims do. I don't think they clear the brakes, but anyway, got this this side starting to do the paint on this thing, and sure enough, we are going to paint this car just a brighter black. I think you guys will like the theme. It is going to be a very black car, as it already is, but it's going to be more black and white. I think you guys might like it. I don't know. Honestly, I've never been all about the paint jobs. I've been mostly about just trying to help people, you know, trying to make this a better sport for some people. Anyway, back here I have the trunk notched and pre-bent. Not much of a pre-bend going on, but there's a pre-bend. I couldn't really get it to go any higher like the Regal last year. I really couldn't make it go any higher. Hopefully my notches do well. I got a little crease there from the strap going across the trunk, but got my holes cut for the chains. I'll just give you guys a little bit of a look at these notches. They're nice and deep notches. It should go up. This bumper, actually, the more I looked at it, the more I thought about it, it's so rotten on the bottom side, but it's still quite solid on the top side. So I'm thinking if somebody hits me, this is going to fold in on the bottom, and it's actually going to push up, because you guys can see that bumper is actually tilted. So a little bit, it's kind of tilted up. So hopefully somebody should hit me, and this whole back bumper should go upwards. Hopefully, that's the idea. If it goes that way, great. If it doesn't, well, shoot, I messed up. But obviously I haven't started paint on this side yet. We'll be painting this thing tomorrow, and we're actually going to go to a Derby. I think, pretty sure we're going to that Derby as long as it doesn't get rained out, that I've never been to before. So we'll see how that turns out. I do have to put the gas tank cover on, but I'm going to fill up the gas tank before that. So, and I also got to take a double look at these fuel lines, just because they are older, and I just want to make sure they don't have too much dry rot or anything like that. Like the end on that return line is getting pretty rough, so we'll have to see if I feel comfortable with that. Obviously there's no pressure really with the return line, but better safe than sorry. Have the computer tied down. I just have this mat sitting over it, that way the sun doesn't get it too hot, and no water really gets in it when it's in storage. And yes, I now have to address the seat belt. So in the rules they say now that we have to put a strap or a chain or a metal bar going from my from firewall to the roof. Well, guys, I'm cheap, and so I welded this plate on, and this is actually the trunk latch out of this car. I welded that onto the firewall here, and I bolted through this perfectly placed bolt right there, or hole in the little bracing here, and I got myself a seatbelt tied up there. I'm going to tie that seatbelt a little bit better, maybe even zip tie it or whatever, but so yeah, I just want to address that real quick. Underneath the hood hasn't really changed a whole lot, other than the fact that I did put an AC condenser. Obviously this AC condenser is pretty beat. I think this is actually the one out of my other Lumina, but got my radiator fan in there. Plenty of movement on that radiator. You don't want it too tight, but that's just fine the way it's flopping. You want that, you kind of want that flop. And so this radiator should be okay, at least for a while, hopefully, as long as I don't take a stupid shot and end up V'ing in my bumper way or a whole lot. I've been having pretty good luck with these bumpers. They do V in, admittedly, but it takes quite some time to do so, especially if you're making good shots. So hopefully I'll be able to avoid that as long as possible. I do have all the wiring now zip tied into place loosely. Like I said before, it's very important. But have the bumper on, obviously. I don't think that was on in the last update either, just a Ford Freestyle bumper. And you guys can see I started to paint there. Got my 9-wire, possibly the best 9-wire I've ever done. It's still ugly as hell, but you know, it is what it is. I'm getting better, so that's the important part. I got also that ugly rim off and everything, and got this tire on there. It's got good treads, so they're just both dry rotted. And this is actually a tire that came off of this car that I ended up putting on the Regal, and then it went flat when I was driving down the road. So I think that actually the tire might be all right. It was just the bead on the rim, but the you can see the dry rot in this thing. It's pretty shot. So I said, you know what, this is, as far as tread wise, it's good, but as far as condition wise, you know, it was getting ready to blow anyway. You guys can see I rubbed, when I ran it flat for just that period of time, it started rubbing through the sidewall of this tire. So just figured I'd run that, and that's about it. I mean, as far as updates go, I mean, this is pretty much the same thing I've always ran, but just a little bit different. Every year I make slight improvements. So yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to the Derby. I'm gonna obviously make probably one last update before it runs, because really it's already pretty darn close to done, and I obviously want to show you the paint job and everything, so, and the finished product. Alrighty guys, well, stay tuned. I think I may be going to Brookfield next weekend, a week from today, and hopefully that will be a good show. And then the week after that, I think this thing may be running. Alrighty guys, stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye everybody.